Happy dance. Good to be here, folks. I'm John Zidar, and this is Taylor. Well, not Taylor, Taylor-ish. Taylor-ish. How
Yeah,
you
if you're in the
doing,
Discord.
Taylor?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay.
Was a pretty funky day on the market today. Had some fun, had some disappointments, a lot of profit taking. Bloody heck. You see stocks run, they've got great news. You're all excited, and it doesn't last long. Early in the morning, everybody takes them, and the rest of the day, it's downhill. So, we are going to jump right on into this. I think I have only got one stock here. Let me bring up my screen. Oh, I hate to do this. Hang on, folks. Ouch. Let's see. TBA, SHFM, MNM. All right. Actually, I have nothing pre listed, just what have come in from our viewers here. And I'm happy to see a lot of them that I'm normally seeing. Belmore, thank you, hon. I'm glad to see you here. Sand Tribe. Sand Tribe has been following me for a long time. He gave himself away today by telling, let me see if we can pull that up right there. Hey guys, I would like for you to go over RMSL. It's a stock that you covered February 2021, and I honestly think it's a hold. Yeah, he's right. I did. I did cover this back in February 2021. That's before Penny Boys. That was way back when I was with the whole group. And it's not even online anymore because it's tagged with the other group. But I did find it on my computer. Just to give you a peekaboo here of what poor Sand Tribe was subjected to, this is what it was. I'm only going to give you a few seconds.
What in the heck? All right.
If you've been watching RMSL, Look at how small the beard is. It's up over 300% in the last 4 days. Now in this market, that stands out. But anytime a 10 bagger comes around, that stands out. That's enough of that.
No, no, we like that.
We like that. Of course you do. Yeah, I'm all distorted and everything. I don't know if I had my camera right or wrong. Anyways, looking at RMSL, REM Sleep Holdings. This is a company that works with people who have apnea, I believe it's pronounced.
Sleep apnea, yeah.
Yeah, they don't sleep well. My brother has this. He's got a full face mask. They've got him for the nose, and they just came out with the new one, the Delta Wave. I don't know if they had Delta Wave all the way back when I talked about them, but Sand Tribe is interested in this, and I was looking around for something new. Now, the only thing I could see is they're running at a loss right now, but it's better than last year. For the year ended December 31st, 2022, we had a net loss of $1.4 million compared to $3.8 million the year before. So, I mean, that's more than 50%. And if you look, they only started making money last year. So, I mean, they're doing something. They cut that loss by 50%, which was $1.5 million, and we only see $320,000 on the books here. Now let me see, they are due for the next quarter. Everybody's due for the next quarter. Let's see here, 10K. Yeah, and it looks like they were late on that one. Egads. Normally it takes them 2 months. This is for June. It came out 2 months later. This one is for September. It came out 2 months later. They filed late here, but they only bought themselves 15 days. They exceeded that. I don't see any problems over here. They're penny stock exempt, which is good. That means that they've been in business for 3 to 5 years, have had millions of dollars of assets, and they normally keep their filings up, and they haven't gone into the red yet, or they'd lose that. So even though they're only a penny, they are not a penny stock, literally. They're on the QB, so we're getting financials that are audited. We're getting a lot of audited information here. The other thing that caught my attention was the share structure. It's really high. We got 1.4 billion. Now, I only can see two good things here. One, they've got 3 billion authorized. So only half of them are out there. Now, they could do a reverse split if they wanted to uplist. They don't need the shares. The bank isn't getting low. They got lots of shares. So I don't see a reverse split coming because they need them. If they wanted to uplist to go to the NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, that's $3 or $4. That's at least a 250, 350 reverse split. But I wouldn't worry about it because they don't have any independent directors listed over here. We talk about this all the time. You cannot uplist without independent directors, and they've got to be listed over here. So until we see independent directors, I wouldn't worry too much about a reverse split. No guarantees, but it doesn't look bad to me. Let me see. Was there anything else here? News, just to get a heads up. Last piece of news was a shareholder update letter, it looks like, and that was all the way back in January, which, that's a whole quarter back now. So I'm not really thinking this is going to be too inspiring. Now, Sand Tribe thinks it's a hold. We are going to be getting those next financials anytime now. And I'm expecting them to be big. If they could bring their net losses down 50% from 3.8 million down to 1 point whatever, I'm expecting they've got revenues coming in. The money ain't coming from nowhere. And they've got their website up and this new Delta Wave. So I'm thinking things are looking good for them. Now, when I looked at this company all the way back in 2021, what I was excited about, the 10 bagger here, 10 bagger, was the fact that there's a company out there, Wham Med, I believe it is. They've got a habit of anytime a sleep deprived company like this comes up with a new product, they come in and buy them up, just swallow them up. They got a whole list of companies they have bought. And I thought for sure this company would be on the list. Now, maybe it was the Delta Wave they were coming out with, but it never happened. So the 10 bagger never happened. That's what you get with projections. Plus, they're on film for everybody to see forever. Unless you change companies like I did, then they get pulled off of YouTube. All right, I guess that's really all we got to say about RMSL. I see she was up a little bit today, just under 1%, which is good to see. How does that chart look, Taylor?
There's really not that much going on with the chart. Actually, no, wait, I was looking at the wrong one.
I'm
The chart
bringing
looks
you
all
up.
right.
There you go.
Sorry, chart looks all right. I mean, it is coming up a little bit. We're above the 9 and the 21 EMA. This is the daily chart.
Okay.
I'd like to see this come up to the 200 as always. Let me see the weekly, what we've been, oh my gosh, kind of been barcoding a little bit. I mean, it's still within, a pretty tight range. I mean,
Yes.
I'd like to see it back up above, 2 cents. What are we at? We're working in like tenths of a cent here. Yeah, these are a little harder for me to chart, so I'm kind of like percentage-wise, it's hard for me to
Yeah, like I
to
said, you
see.
almost have to have your Heiken-Ashi bars on a lot of these charts. You just really can't
See,
read them.
this one's regular, for now, so this
That's
is
pretty
okay.
solid for regular.
Yeah, this is the weekly chart though, so there's a little more. I mean, yeah, but we haven't seen any. Let's see, it had some earnings, but I didn't see any splits or reverse splits or anything.
What do you
So
look like on the 4 hour?
let's see the 4 hour. Looks like this is what we're seeing.
Your OTC traders don't really work a lot on your long charts because it's too
Okay.
choppy. The waters are just too bloody choppy. They move around too much. So 4 hours, pretty much as far as I pan out, unless it's really got liquidity. If it's got liquidity, your daily charts definitely come in handy. But as you know, a lot of our
Yeah,
smaller
if you go
penny
to
stocks don't.
right when you go to the 1 hour, there's not as much. I mean, but it has been moving a little bit. I mean, we have
Yeah, she's
seen.
uptrending. We just had the 50-day cross the 200, right?
Yeah, so I mean, it is uptrending a lot. I mean, especially on the 1 hour here, I would probably need to do the Haikanashi on this one, but yeah. So I
Good
don't hate
job.
it. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. It looks pretty good on the yeah. It looks pretty good. We are uptrending a little bit, just a little. I'd like to see some more volume come in for this one. That
You and about 1,000 other people.
I mean, if we could get back up to these levels, maybe at least test this 200, 200
Well, the
MA.
problem is we haven't had any news since January. There's been
Mhm.
no catalyst. There's been nothing said. Business as usual, and a whole quarter has gone by. The only thing we've got coming right now is that financial. So, crossing our fingers, things have been looking as good as they're going to be.
Mhm.
Outside of that, I guess there's not a lot to say
Not
except
too
hang in
much,
there,
really.
Sand Tribe. Hold.
Yeah.
Hold. Hmm.
I
All
thought
right.
maybe there would be some news or something to move this a little more. I don't know what your average is if you're still holding it, but I mean, it's depends on how many you have. I don't know percentage-wise what this would be from,
And
back
and
then.
RevMed coming in and but RemMed, I mean, it isn't out of the question. Maybe all that stopped because when I did this, February 2021 was the last stimulus check we had. It was also the last high we had in the OTC market. It's been downhill ever since. We did start to bounce at the bottom of COVID, but nowhere near recovery. So maybe that company itself doesn't feel it's a good time to buy yet. Maybe they're watching this company droop, 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 and waiting for a better buy price. Who
Yeah, the
knows?
the the volume has just really decreased, but I mean, it did have a really nice pop here in April, obviously, and it's kind of been up and down until recently. It's just been downtrending ever since it crossed this 200 MA on the daily chart.
Yep.
It came back and tested it once at the beginning of this year, another time in March. It looks like it's coming back to do it again. We might see another one of these big pops.
Yeah,
And
wait for that financial. That's the only catalyst I
yeah,
can see unless they come out with news. Thank you, San Tribun. Good luck, pal. And thanks for watching over a year ago. Egad, you've been with me a long time. I'm going to have to give you a button, some sort of button. All right, we are going to look at another one here from Wise Words Music. Oh, Sandtribe was here at noon. He put in his ticker early. Wise Words was here at just under 3 o'clock. Let me see. He says SI, it's getting delisted because they didn't file their 10K for 2022. If they file it late, will there be any chance that they will be relisted on the New York Stock Exchange? Well, quick and simple, don't even worry about that. That's not going to happen. I've gone through the form and they're liquidating, they're firing everybody. There is no talk about anything resurrecting. Beginning on May 12th, 2023, the company is reducing substantially all of its headcount, 230 employees. Following the reduction effective in May, the remaining approximately 80 officers employees will focus on implementing bank liquidation, including, now don't go feeling sorry for all those people that are losing their jobs, because they are distributing 10.7 million in severance pay, retention bonus payments, and another 2.8 million in employee benefits and job placement expenses. So they're being taken care of. It's us. They go on to tell us here that as disclosed in the form, the company was unable to file its quarterly report, the 10Q, and then they couldn't file their 10K, and they tell us they do not expect to be able to file them or any subsequent filings after that. None. What you see is done. The company recently informed New York Stock Exchange that it will not file the 2022 10K or any other filings. As a result, the New York Stock Exchange has suspended trading in the company's securities. That sounds like it's already happened. That sounds like a done deal. If I see a chart up there that's got any activity, I'm going to be wondering. And has indicated to the company that it expects to commence delisting of the company's securities shortly thereafter. All right. So we've got a few days and we don't even know how long that is. But does that sound like there's any hope to you, Taylor, that this thing's not going down and gone?
I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be gone. There's some news on TradingView I was just looking at as well. It just came out. They're suspended by the New York Stock Exchange job cuts. Um, says that the capital stock remains halted,
Oh,
decides to
right
begin
there.
the delisting process. That was 4 hours ago it came out.
Right there. That's the first time I've ever seen that on my screen. Internal halt.
Hmm.
I've never ever seen that. That's the very first time I've seen that. Wow. So I guess there's your answer. I hope you weren't holding too much of a pal, because it looks like whatever you had, it's up in smoke. I don't think there's any way to get your money back once the company's off the market, pal. Unless, of course, it was a SPAC. Then you get your money back. Yeah, that's the only guarantee on the market I know of. Buy a SPAC. If it fails, they'll give you your money back. Only on your shares, not your warrants.
The only thing is I see that they have an earnings report coming out tomorrow, so I'm not sure what that's going to do.
I wouldn't expect it. Sounded to me
I
like
don't know
they
much
said,
about
we're not
that.
giving you our 10Q, our 10K for 2022.
Mhm.
We're not giving you anything subsequential, so we're not going to get a 2023.
Got
I
it.
mean, Why pay anybody to do the work when you're going away? It's like people moving. I'm not cleaning the house. I'm leaving. So,
Got it.
see ya. See, that's bye bye. Hasta la vista. All right. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but I do want to see who is next here. I can't come back to my screen without blinding you guys. I can. I'll fix that here in a minute. Uh, there you
Yep.
go, Belmore. I know you're not used to being first in line. Belmore, she has a ticker. Actually, she has two that she wants to look at. Hello, everyone. John, what do you think about this stock? Evio. I know the chart looks bad, but the CEOs are doing something. I was looking around for what you might have been referring to, and I couldn't find anything that the CEO was doing. Let's see what I did find over here. Well, I found good news. They are Pink Limited, and the price is on the floor. I mean, it's 0001. You're right. The chart's not doing
My
very good.
gosh. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, it's dragging the whole frame across the road right now. Sparks are flying. She's got a verified profile. She's got a transfer agent verified. I mean, this is excellent. This is verified information behind the scenes. It's important. So that looks good. The problem was is that they were late on a filing. They did file their annual report back in February. Every annual report must be accompanied with an attorney letter since they're not audited by a CPA. Well, they didn't do that. And they waited a long time to do that. 3 months, too long. So they had that Pink Limited come up, and this just came out about a week ago. Now, it should have already gone through. A week is about as long as it absolutely takes for most filings to be approved, unless there's a problem with them. And then they say update, fix, amend, whatever it is. And you'll see a second one put in, amended attorney letter. Now, if they are told to amend it, I don't know if the countdown is still on or not. They'll be in real trouble if it says grace period here. That's when you know the company's just run out of time. They got 15 days. And if you come over to quote and scroll down to proprietary quote eligibility, it'll tell you right here under PQE reason, the actual last day that they're going to be on the market. This doesn't look bad. It shows that they're making all the attempts, and they just brought out a revision, quarterly report revision for 12. Quarterly report. All right, their annual reports come out in September. We always think of December as being the end of the year. It isn't for everybody. Their end of the year was September. Their first quarterly report was December. So that was a revision on the December's one. And right now, they're due too for their next financial. Speaking of financials, are they making any money? Yeah, they are. That takes them up to September of 2021, 2.3 million, 3 zeros. Got to add that to any of the numbers here. Nothing here. I would have to do a little more diving. I hate to just drop off and not keep on going, because if I don't find an answer, that's why my research continues. But obviously, we can't do a deep dive here. But she is on the floor. She has filed what she needs to file. What was her relative volume today? Well, not bad, but then again, you can buy 1 million shares at that price for $100. So when you see 7.8 million, well, if they got lucky and bought them at the penny, you got 7 buyers there, 8 buyers. If they
That's
bought them
crazy.
at 2 cents, maybe 16 buyers, because you can get a 500,000 at 0002 for $100, which is why it's so tempting to a lot of people. That's a lot of bloody shares. But to actually make them, to hold all of those up to a penny, a lot of stuff happens between there. And I have lost a lot just on reverse splits. I've had 37 reverse splits in the last 18 months, and it has raped me, folks. It has raped me really bad. I am talking almost $19,000 gone on reverse splits. And don't let them fool you. They may say it's equal value. Yeah, every share is now $10 a share. If you can find someone who wants to buy your shares at $10 when it's going for 9 cents, yeah, it's even value. No, you got to pour more money in if you want to get back into those games. And in this market, I'm not ready to average down on 36 stocks. Not yet. So what does that chart look like? Is it any more than barcodes, or is that where she's been laying for a while?
Barcoding. I
Yeah,
mean,
kind of
look at
figured.
this. I don't even know how to read this. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I got a trade for you. There you go.
I mean, I don't know if you have it up yet. I don't even know how to look at this.
Oh, that's a yearly. All right, just come down to the 4 hour. Let's start there. See how many picket fences or barcodes we got. We got one big one. Is she only jumping between two numbers?
Yeah, pretty
The one and
much.
the
Like
two?
it goes down to this, point, however many, one, and then,
Oh
but
my God.
it seems like a lot though. I don't know
No,
how
how many
this is.
zeros is that? Is that 5 zeros?
Um, yeah, five, and then it'll go up to three. So
All right.
that's
Now, folks, we can never buy it at that low price. I'm surprised your chart shows that. My charts won't show that. Um,
this
this
is
is when it
trading view.
goes after market hours. These things will fall down to 5 zeros and then come back up to 0001, and it'll say it's come up 9,900%. Well,
Right.
that's 2 zeros. So overnight it fell. Yeah, 10,000% it fell and then comes back. Somebody made 10,000% gains overnight playing with the blessed market. There is no
Yeah.
reason for it to drop out of the buying range and come back in like that, but it happens all the time.
It's
Yeah, you're
just
right,
like, I mean, it's
Elmo. The
exactly
chart
this.
looks bad.
This range is just insane. It's exactly that. Five zeros all the way up to three zeros.
Yeah.
Back and forth. I mean, for months.
Now, this company works with agricultural testing. I don't know what sort of business they've been in. I, let's see. We didn't actually check the news. They have no news. The most current piece of news came out last year in November, and it was an update. So I'm not quite sure if the company has any sort of catalyst even to get the chart moving. Um, so I'm not quite sure why you're interested in it. If you've heard something behind the scenes, Velmore, share. Remember, the more that get on board, the better it is for you. Secrets don't help anybody here.
The CEO is doing something
So
apparently, but
I'm gonna
mm,
just drop that one. We're not gonna force you to do any more with that, Taylor. That is probably one of the worst
I
charts you ever had to
I
look at
don't
and
even
talk
know how
about.
to read that. Yeah. It's
I
just
got you.
barcode.
Fair enough. All right. Let's jump back to another one here. What is our next one? Oh, Brian. Hello, Brian. Brian says, Happy Thursday, John. Could you please add SBFM, Sunshine Biopharma? They had good earnings report today and saw some price action. I would love to get your perspective on this one. All right, you can see me up there. Well, first thing I want to do here is I'm going to jump over to Twitter because that was something that caught my attention very first thing this morning. As you can see over here at Twitter, I get up early and I tell everybody the pre-market runners, I look at what is happening and I put down the reason. And then it's up to you to monitor it. Well, that one came out today. Where is that? SBPM. Where did I put you? SBPM. There it is. Sunshine Biopharma reports 2023 first quarter results. Revenues up 2,100%. She was up 90% pre-market. So that got everybody excited. We had one the other day with 7,000% gains. People like to see that. It means the company's actually doing something. And since money is the ultimate objective here, it's pretty exciting. So they finished today at 70% gains, 90 cents. They're on the NASDAQ. Maybe just out of curiosity, let's see. I don't see anything here. The charts will tell us more, though. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was hoping. You never know which 8K it's going to be. I was looking to see if they've been underneath the dollar for too long. You're underneath the dollar too long, they'll throw you down to the OTC. They'll give you 6 months to fix it, but you get 10 days to keep your price up over a dollar. It has to close over a dollar for 10 straight days in a row. If not, you're out of here. And they'll give you a deadline and calendar days from March. Company has 100 days. So that's going to take them until September 20th, 2023. Just putting you in the game there. They're close. They're at 90 cents. And having a catalyst definitely helps. There is that report and the 8K. No 8K came out with that. That's a bit interesting. Let me see if they actually got it up here yet. Well, I can tell you, I don't know if it's up here yet, but I can see the growth. Holy cow. 21,000, 71,000, 220,000. That's going from year to year. And then boom, 2022 comes along here with $4.3 million. Profit margin jumps from 110,000 to 1.6 million. Just out of curiosity, quick glance at that balance sheet. 29 million total assets, 7.5 million in liabilities. So they're ahead of the game. And look, most of their assets is cash. $21.8 million in the bank. Not bad. Let's see what we got for relative volume today. Lots of excitement. It's nice to see good news not be wasted. Went from a measly 115,000 shares to over 69 million, and it just jumped. This is getting aftermarket activity, so maybe Taylor-ish will have some fun with this chart.
Trying to
Let's
check
see
it out
that
now.
news. Was there anything happening? Just that, I think. And then they have an update back here, which is probably a good one to read. Full year ended December 31st and an update. So that's going to give you history and forward. I would definitely dive into that. But right now, I definitely want to see this chart. Did she break that 90% she had in the morning, or did she just come down like most of them have been doing?
Came back down. Let's see.
Right. Up.
Let's see. Now it jumped all the way up to 141 today. I was going all the way back to the 15-minute. So here's what happened. It started out, 52 cents, went all the way up to 141. Now it came back down. Looks like after hours, like 87 cents. So this is the 15 minutes. This is what happened today, basically.
Right. And actually, she kept more than 50% of that run, which is a good
Mm-hmm.
sign. And she's on top of the 50.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right on it. Mm-hmm. Not too bad, actually.
No, you might be able to get some more run out of this. The problem is, it's not about the catalyst. It really isn't. It's not about the stock. It's about people needing money. It's about how much profit's on the table. Can I pay my food bill this week? Honestly, that's the way I see it. Right now, everybody needs extra money from week to week. And hey, this is a place to do it if you don't have a part-time job.
These are
Oh, that was
regular
a nice
candles.
run this morning. And there were so many of them in the morning, but they fall
That was
away so
amazing.
quick.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, this is the 15-minute. Look at that. That is crazy.
Yeah, it was almost 300%.
The volume just came in like insane. It's still
Yeah, that
it's still there. I mean,
2,700%.
it's not bad. My gosh. Uh, I mean, it's still relative to what it was doing. I mean, I think this still has some room to go. Because if you look back here at the 4 hour, let me go back to the other candles. I mean, we could come back up here for sure. It could hang out up above this. But I think it still has some
Right.
more room.
That's what I was saying about being, the Fibonacci isn't a wasted tool. That 50% mark is there for a reason. And if it stays above that 50%, I like to think of it as 60 to 70% chance it's going to continue rising. If it falls under that 50%, it's vice versa. It's the mirror image. So I'm confident. And the news was hot and people are looking for stocks to play. But that's what you got to worry about. Competition tomorrow. What hotter piece of news is going to come out? People are going to take their money from here and jump over to there. That's what traders do.
Yeah, I like this though. I hope it still runs. I mean, we could keep. It still has some more room.
Wow, look at that volume bar today. That's
I know.
incredible.
I mean, it really is. It really is. I'm trying to see when the last time that happened. I guess back here, but I mean, yeah. Look at this one. I mean, that was when it had its first major from like less than a penny up to two. My goodness. Oh, but that's when it had this, the 1 to
Oh,
200.
split.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. If ever you see one line, you should always go
I
check
was like,
that
wait,
date.
something. I was like, something happened. Oh, split.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
should see steps. If you see
gotcha.
one bar, I'll bet you it was a split. I'll put money on it. You may make some money that day, but you probably won't.
Well, it had a bunch of volume before that. That's why I was like, oh, what was going on before that? Okay, so it got up to here. Let's see. It's so hard to follow this.
Oh, we're gonna have to cut this short. Look at how many have come in. You guys have been sneaking them in. Oh.
Okay.
All right, let's jump into the next one here. Thank goodness a lot of you are talking about stocks I'm already familiar with. I appreciate you charting because I'd be having a hard time bouncing back and forth. All right, WLGS from Mr. Mojo. Let's get WGLS up there, right? Did I get that right? WOGS.
WLGS.
Yeah, dyslexia, definitely. That's why I like to work with acronyms, but most of them aren't clean. That's how I remember them so well. Wang and Lee Group, $1.45 today, almost 9% down. Penny stock on the NASDAQ. Any news today? I don't see any news here. Checking our disclosures for Catalyst. We got an NT20F. Well, 20F is another financial filing like your 10K or your disclosures. And NT is an abbreviation for not. We're not filing it. No, this is their late notice. And I'm thinking that they're going to get 15 days. Most of these give them 15 days to get these things in. That's it. It just buys them a little bit of time. Some companies more on the OTC than the major exchanges will file these just before the financials come out, like when there's bad financials probably, and the stock will bounce on that. We're not filing our financials on time. And for some silly reason, it's like, oh, an extra moment to get in before the financials do. And then the financials come out and they're nothing. But they got to run on the stock anyways. I think it's pretty cheap. WLGS's financials, 4.1 at 2021. We don't get much over here. I'm going to have to find another site to look at for these major exchange stocks because this is the OTC. It's not set up for the major exchange, though we get a lot here. There's a lot missing as far as I can tell. What else? Volume. What was
There's
the
a little bit of news here about they closed their offering on April 24th. They had a $8 million initial public offering, and they closed that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have outstanding share count of 12 million. If that number hasn't gotten in there yet, that is almost doubled it, 3/4. That's now 20 million shares in the outstanding share count. They've made money. That's good for them. If they put it to good use, great. But shareholder loss there, they just got it. What were we looking at there? Oh, the volume. It fell hard today. They're down to 1/4 of what they normally do. They're normally doing 1 million a day, roughly. Today, they did just under 300,000. So, all right, 66%. So let's take a look at that chart.
Yeah, there's not much to look at. I was looking at the 15-minute a second ago. It's basically all-time lows, but it hasn't been around that long. What, a month? Not even?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you go back here, so it's only been around since, whatever, April 20th.
Let me see what I can learn here.
Hey, we're looking at that. This is how long it's been around. There's one line.
Yeah, it says on 4/20 was their first trading session, and they were down 30%.
It's at all-time lows right now. I'm looking at the 15-minute if I can get this adjusted again.
Ouch.
So, I mean, this is the 15-minute. So you can just see it's just a complete downtrend. I mean,
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious. No, it doesn't look good.
No, it's under every SMA, and they're spreading further apart.
Yep. I mean, and this is a low time frame. This is 15-minute. So I mean, you can see there's nothing that's. Yeah, there's some volume, but it's. I mean,
negative volume.
what's going on? Yeah, it's just falling. That's a falling knife. There's no support whatsoever because it hasn't been around long enough to even pick up any. I guess maybe this could be around the 145 level if it can hold that, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. It looks like a free fall to me.
It's the falling knife right now. I wouldn't be jumping in this. No way.
No, if you're looking for a bargain, there's a better bargain coming, looks like to me. That's the good news if you're looking for a bargain.
Yeah, we got to pick up some support, but yeah, this is the headline news that I saw here about the public offering that they closed it on the 24th. It came up again, so there's that. That was the
so offering. It didn't have a good greeting the first day, and it hasn't been welcome since. And now that they're taking shareholder value, there's just no love. So I don't know what is going to turn this stock around. Hope something does if you're holding it, pal. All right, what do we got here? We are at 435. I think. Oops, sorry. I think we're doing pretty good.
We're doing great.
I ain't doing that, do you? AQST, Jason Davis. Jason Davis and I were actually discussing this the other day. He and I chat on, I think it's Facebook. I don't remember. I chat in a lot of places. AQST, it was running. If I remember correctly, the chart was really good the other day. I look at a lot of charts, and since I'm letting Taylorish do it, I can't remember, but we were excited about it. Oh, I remember. I said I thought it was going to bounce off of the 20 on the 4-hour chart. And because we were thinking it could come down, and I think it did bounce. So what was going on with it the other day? Well, 5-3, no, it wasn't that far back. They had an earnings call. Financials came out, provides a business update. That should be probably jumped into, not by us. Um, let's see here. Obtains dismissal of outstanding shareholder lawsuits. That's always good. Generated 47 million non-dilutive cash in the last 12 months. I don't see anything jumping out at me big here right now. Let's see if their financials are something to talk about. They had a decrease, but they're running pretty much even here at roughly $50 million a year. Anything changing? Nah, actually fell the last quarter. What's their balance sheet look like on the annual? 27 million in the bank, 57 million in assets. Woo! 175 million in liabilities. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Disclosures, tons of fours. Now, I'm going to look at one on the bottom real quick. Not a buy or a sell. They acquired shares in some administrative thing. It's not adding anything here. One in the middle, nope. And one at the top, I'm always hoping someone's buying. No. This has to do with represents contingent right to receive one share of Aquesta stock. The PSUs have a 3-year performance period, so they're earning them in some other way, but they're not buying any shares. And then they had their financials come out on the 2nd. And that 8K is going to be the announcement of the financials on the 2nd. I've gotten used to that now. So I don't see anything new here to run her, but as I said, she was running the other day when we were looking at her. What does this company do, by the way? Let's just jump into one piece of news and scroll down. Aquesta Therapeutics is a pharmaceutical company advancing medicines to solve patients' problems with current standards. So, I'm surprised I don't see something over here about maybe some of their trials or something advancing. Maybe there was something on Twitter. Just a real quick, because, normally Twitter is part of my research, folks. There's just too many eyeballs over here to waste. Lots of people looking around. What you find may not be gospel. You don't have to trust everything you read, but at least it gives you an idea of what's going on. That's not what I put. No, AQST. Let's see what we got here. This is 22 hours ago. Chart, big breakout, right? That was probably yesterday when we looked at it. From the 1-year-old price channel, looking to regain $3 to $4. All right, so it looks like everybody's talking about her technicals, slow grinding up, penny stock. So I'm not seeing a catalyst here. When Anfilm phase 3 clinical trials complete, don't be surprised if we're close to $5. Well, any drug phase finishes and hits the market, it normally goes way beyond that. Efferent market is huge, 3B. So that's probably what's going on, but we don't see anything. There's no news. There's no updates here about it. So it's speculation or the chart. A lot of times the chart just needs to be set up. Just be in the right place at the right time. You don't need a catalyst. You just have everybody looking at the red light that turned green. The 50 crossed the 200. Hasn't done that in a while, and the price is trailing with it. Boom, everybody sees it. Everybody gets in. Short-lived, but there's your bounce. That's the capital gain for the day. Anything else we can learn over here? Volume. Always want to know the volume. Double today. Really? And what'd she do? Only 2% gains, finished at $2.50. Had a huge run the other day and had twice as much volume today and didn't get anywhere. I want to see this chart, Taylorish. Did it come back down? Is it all selling volume?
Oh, this chart looks really good. Wait till you see this. This is insane.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what the volume is dropped off.
Wow.
It's still going. I mean, these are high
It's
threshold.
still going.
Oh,
See,
we're
now I
not.
need that little
Whoops.
pink bunny rabbit hitting the drums going across the bottom of the screen.
I guess they were talking about maybe, this bounce or something. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's go to like the 1 hour. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
we're
you're going
still
to
just.
have down days, but if
That's
she's
what they must have been talking about because I'm just like, I don't see really any. If I would have gotten in way back here, there's really no indication of selling it. It's just been pretty much running. Look at that.
right
That's just on
now,
regular
what chart are
candles.
you on there?
That's the 1 hour.
The 1 hour.
Mhm.
Look at the 4 hour.
I was just on the 4 hour here.
I wanted to see, yeah, see where it bounced off of the. Is your yellow one the 20 or the green?
9, 21, 50, 200.
Right. That's looking nice. I mean,
Mhm.
I see there's a little bit of pullback, but that's all she does. She climbs, climbs, pulls back. She's
Yeah,
not falling anywhere.
it's perfect. It looks really, really good.
That's the first time we heard that word today. Perfect. And
I
that came
mean,
from a woman, not a
rel
man. The
relatively perfect. It looks really good. I like this. The only thing uh,
volume's
the
tapering
volume
off.
is just tapering off, but I mean, still, it's still climbing here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
I would
see the volume
probably,
tapering, but the price is still rising. In my view, that shows the shareholders see the value. You don't need the volume to hold the price up anymore. They see the value there.
yeah. I mean, I don't. I mean, unless someone starts like, heavily shorting this or something, but I don't
Shh,
know.
shh.
Oh, don't
What are
say
you
that word.
doing? Giving ideas away.
I'm
Cut
sorry
it
about
out.
that. But I mean, this looks really good. Ever since the beginning of May when all we had a bunch of golden crosses here, and it's just been up ever since.
Yeah, so keep your eyes on it, folks. Look
Looks
for the
good.
dips to buy in on. I always say if you're a new investor, you get that itch. You just want to buy something, forget paper trading. I just want to get in there. Okay. You know, the knives are sharp, but yeah, okay, go on in. I always say look for a chart that's been running for a month. Do. It's showing a solid uptrend consistently, or you're not looking for a surge or a run, just steady growth. Get your trade in there, let it grow slowly, and then go play. If you lose some money, come back in the month and see how that steady growth has been doing. You may find you've got something there. Wow.
Looks good.
Yeah, that looks
Real
good. I like
good.
that chart. Ripping.
Looks gorgeous. I love it. Yeah, I mean, we had this consolidation here for a couple months, 2, 3 months, and then it's just been kind of
It
going
looks
on ever
like a
since.
mining company
It's
stock when they
perfect.
struck gold.
Looks great. Yeah, this is a good one.
All right. Let's
Some
move on to
dips.
another good one. At least I think it could be. Folks, we have a request here. I don't know if it's a request, but we're going to make it a request. Um, Thieves one. I think I'm saying that right. I always thought it said the best one. I think it's Thieves one. They taught me about this. QUBT. I spoke about this yesterday, folks. If you didn't catch my video, I'm not going to go into it very deeply, just to stimulate your brain. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I am going to throw a comment down below with all the rest of the comments when this show is over. I want you to take a look at two videos about the man who helped invent the D-Wave quantum computer. He's on stage years ago talking about what quantum computing is. Now, he doesn't go into the technical stuff, folks. It's science fiction. It's going to blow your mind. I'm going to take you to a 6-minute and an 8-minute point so you can hear what we're doing with quantum computers. I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm actually feeling a little nervous. Well, this company, Quantum Computing, has just made a deal with Million Ways. They're an artificial intelligence company, and they're bringing the two types of computing together. One is a very super fast learner. The other one computes information in ways you and I cannot even begin to understand. Quantum entanglement is working with data interdimensionally, folks. I'm telling you, it is really bizarre. This company believes that they have a new way of determining how people feel. They are teaching their quantum computing AI to listen to audio tapes, audio voices, and learn what emotions we are dealing with presently and overall in our life. And they're going to use this for marketing strategies to sell to us when we're apt to buy. They're going to use this to devise dream teams and corporations. When you want people who've got the right character types, you're going to be using this. And they believe this is going to be their first commercialized product. They think it's going to be something very unique and special. And I think it's going to be something too. To me, it's like shooting a rocket in the sky without having any guidance. I don't know where it's going to land. And that part scares the heck out of me. So, yeah, this is they took a little dip today. I think we were looking for a dip down to 125. I was looking at it. I saw the 50 going over the 200. I can't remember on which chart it was. And I said, chances of a dip and don't look good, pal. He says, I just need a wee dip. I just needed to go down to 125. Well, it hit 124, and that made the buy 125. So you probably got what you were looking for today. So that's all I want to say about QUBT, except I will put down the links to the two videos and the marks so you know where to go. If you want to watch the whole thing, this is about D-Wave. D-Wave are the quantum computers out there at the California University, out at NASA. Anybody can use them. They're 10 foot by 12 foot. Well, that's the box that holds them. It's actually the size of my thumbnail, and it generates so much heat that they have to freeze that box to keep it from burning out. So I want to look at that chart now. I have not been able to see QUBT since she hit 124.
Okay. There it is. This is the 4 hour. Okay, so I don't know what day that was. 124. So is
Today.
that
Today.
okay? So this
Yeah,
this
we
this is
were
the
playing
four
it.
hour. I can.
Yeah, today, because
I'll,
I only spoke about it last night.
I'll go to the 15-minute then. So here's the 15-minute.
Oh, nice run the other day.
Yeah. So this was like on Monday. So you guys have probably just been playing these bounces and stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
we don't look too much at the long run because, as I said,
I'll
everything
go to
bounces and comes back down. And if you're not catching bounces, you're waiting 3 months between bounces.
So this
So,
is the 5-minute then. So a lot of times, a lot of these smaller stocks, even larger caps, will do this. They'll something will happen after hours, and then it'll spike in the morning, or it'll spike after hours. Like this was on Wednesday.
yeah.
It looks like it spiked after hours. This is the 5-minute again. So it came back down. It spiked after hours again. This
Oh,
looks pretty good. This is interesting, actually. I mean,
she's
all
got
it.
a strong support there, doesn't she? She's
Yeah,
bouncing right across that for
absolutely.
days.
Absolutely, it does. Yeah, this is the 5-minute though. So if you go back to 15-minute, this has just been kind of hanging out. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is it might kind of look like a little bit of a head and shoulders here. Maybe come back
Yeah, I'm
down.
not liking the way that 50-day is starting to pull down right now. And she's
Yeah,
under everything.
it isn't. So I kind of see that just a little bit, just enough to make me think that it might come back. It might come back and at least test here. But I mean, if you can catch one of these after hour, spikes. This is either after hour or pre-market. This one looks like it was pre-market. I can't tell exactly.
If you come in real close, they give you that dotted line. That'll tell you.
Oh, okay, so this is a 5-minute again. Yeah, I mean it does have really good support around this like loading zone area right here. But if
Yeah,
we
I wouldn't
break
be
that,
surprised if it comes and lays down on that purple 200.
oh, definitely, yeah. This the 200.
Yeah.
So
Or I
it's
should say it's going sideways, waiting for the 200 to come up to it,
could be. Yeah,
which
I
you see
mean,
a lot of on penny stocks. It just holds its value, biding time until it gets that push. Once it gets that push, it says about time you got here, takes off again.
yeah,
So
which is good because there for a while it was downtrending and just testing it, testing it, testing it,
long
testing
time.
it. So now I think it's looking to find this as a support level. That's what I'm saying. So I could definitely see it either coming down here, like you said, kind of just hanging out in this range and then waiting for it to come up here because it obviously is rising as well. So we're at 120, the 200. This is the 5-minute though. Let's see the 15-minute. I mean, 15-minute, you can tell it's even more sideways. It's just kind of, eh, it's going to take a little longer for it to catch up here. We're going to have to see some more upwards price action a little bit because this is
Yeah.
not, so at
Yeah, she's
118 when it started,
it's
it was like at 116. So this is going to be a few, maybe a few weeks, couple weeks. I'm not sure.
Well, I would definitely give it a couple days just for it to meet that 200 and then watch. See if she wants to come down or if she's going to bring in that volume and start to climb again. And of course, you got to monitor those catalysts in the morning. In the morning, the
Mhm.
earlier the better. You'd be amazed how many some of these stocks run at 4 in the morning, hit their highs at 5, and that's it. It's like, what?
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that there's a lot of pre-market action on a lot of these. That's what's going on here. That was today.
All right, I'm going to pull up my application here so you guys don't have to see that anymore. All right, we're going to jump into another one here. We're down to 9 minutes. Nick Link. Nick Link. I'm not sure I know that name. Names are starting. ILIS, QUIND, CGRA, DRCR. I've talked about all of these. I covered these in my videos. ILIS, I love. Quind is doing well. CGRA and DRCR should be doing well. Yeah, these are companies you should consider. I like all of those. What else we got here? We ain't gonna look at all four of them. Sorry, we can't do that. Keo. Hey gang, let's start with ENZC. I saw some information on this. I saw people talking about this. Um, oh, I remember what it was. ENZC. It came up as trending on Twitter. That's what it was. And I wanted to see why it was trending. And for the life of me, I couldn't see a whole lot. Let me see. What's this? Virginia announces pilot clinical trial, National Center. I don't even see this company's name there. Well, it is. Okay. So this came out 3 days ago. Obviously, that's the catalyst. A drug development biotech company announced their wholly owned subsidiary, Virogenetics, will be conducting a pilot clinical trial test for the state owned Bulgarian National Center for Endocrinology to gauge the effectiveness of its immunotherapy on diabetes. Whew. God, can't they say that any easier? This is why I don't like reading medical stuff. So, lots of information here. I'm guessing, I mean, I don't see any negative words here. I'm looking for things that say passed, fulfilled, met, um, did not achieve. Um, I don't know. Sounds like they're just starting the trials. I don't see phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Nothing like that is mentioned here. Let's see if there's anything over here in disclosures. 8K back over a month ago. Financials, when is their next one due? That's due anytime now. This one should be coming out. What's their money? None. None. So I'm not expecting anything in their money. They've got both of these green ticks. That is good. Don't think that's not, folks. That's very important. That's administrative stuff. That'll get you in trouble not having that there. Pink current, about a 0.5% up today and at 12 cents. 12 cents. It's funny how you see some companies making money, got deals on the table, and they're at a penny. And then you see other companies just don't have a whole lot happening really, and they're at 12 cents. So, it confuses me sometimes. Relative volume doubled, went from 10 million to 20 million at 12 cents. Goodness gracious. It must have been good news. I mean, if you can get through that cryptic news press, it must have been good news. And I think that's basically all we got going over here. Nothing else to look at. Does the chart look as good as it sounds like it
It
probably
it
looks?
it does. It does. It looks really good. Let's see. This is I always start with the daily here,
Wow.
but I mean, yeah, this was back from like a couple weeks ago at the end of April. They had an earnings come out, but it's not really showing anything. It's not telling me anything unless I dig in there and there's nothing really to. So
Lots
it
of
went from
volume though.
oh
Goodness.
yeah, for sure. This started out like around 5 cents after that report, and it's just been coming up ever since. That's daily 15. Oh, whoops. Let me go up here. So I mean, it has had a lot of price action, or it looks like it has. I mean, it's just been climbing here. It's kind of tapered off, like it's not exactly going straight. I mean, it has to pull back a little bit. It's not. It's coming down to test this like look,
Yeah, it
there's
was
a
away from the 50 for a
right here.
while. So it's in the last
This looks
couple
good
of
here.
times it hit the 50. It didn't spend any time with it. It just cut
Mm-mm.
right through. Hello,
Right
goodbye.
here. Yeah, I mean, all we're seeing is like higher highs, higher lows. I mean, this looks good. It's like stair stepped up. Now it's just kind of hanging out here, chilling. I like this. This looks really good. I mean, we're gonna have to see some more movement if we're gonna see, because I mean, we've got like crossing over, crossing over, crossing over. It's
Right.
the 15 minutes. So I mean, but look at the 1 hour. I mean, there's a lot of wicks, but I mean, looks pretty good to me. All these are lining up now. 9, 21, 50, 200. So that's the 1 hour.
Yeah.
I like that. Above some support here. I think it's found some support here around like the 12 cents, what you were saying earlier. Kind of
Yeah.
like that. I like it.
All
Uh,
right, let's see. We got a few minutes left here. Let's jump into another one. I've been running around. Oh, did you pop me over?
hmm?
Did you pop me over?
I didn't pop anybody anywhere.
I think I did it too soon. Egads. I didn't pop anybody nowhere. Kenneth Harry, FFIE, Faraday Future. This had a good day just the other day, or I remember this was on my list. She was running hard, finished today at about 20 cents, 2% down, another penny stock on the NASDAQ. First concern you always must take, and I don't know which one it'll be, but you're looking for a NASDAQ letter saying you're late. Let me see. Faraday Future Intelligent Electric entered into a purchase agreement with Senyan International on May 9th. Trying to get a big number here. So they entered into some sort of agreement here. Looks like they've got some investors coming in. So, like I said, we got to concern ourselves at 19 cents. That's way under $1. And if she's been there for a while, and we'll look at the charts, that'll tell us more. But it's not always 6 months. I have seen lots of these NASDAQ companies, 30 days, even 20 days. They yank them off. They say, you've been under $1 for 20 days. It's like 20 days. Give them a break. And then they get 6 months to get it up. It's like, geez, oh, Pete's. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. Go through those 8Ks. Just tag them open. You'll see NASDAQ. If you see the word NASDAQ in the small print, that's the one. Financials. We got nothing coming in yet, I don't believe. No. Share structure. We're under 700 million. Don't know what the float is. We don't get that information over here. News. Oh, we do have new news. Notable earnings after Thursday's close. Faraday Future announces 100 million. So there's that deal we were just looking at in the 8K. The news sure made it easy. 100 million in unsecured convertible notes. So they didn't have to put up any collateral or anything like that. Notable earnings Thursday. Watch, it's going to block it. I knew it. See, I've been to Seeking Alpha so many times that I got to pay to come here. So I can't use them. I can't use Bloomberg. I can't use Wall Street. And I'm not paying for every single site anymore. That's just ridiculous. So obviously they had some good earnings. I don't think they've caught them up over here. That's got to be the catalyst. What, they actually had some money come in and I can't see it? That's aggravating. Where is the financial? It's not a 42B4, is it? No. So I'm not quite sure where their financials are. I'm looking for them because I'm very interested. Yeah, maybe it wouldn't be in an 8K, would it? Wow, look how big this is. I'm looking for number boxes like those. In an 8K, what the heck would it be in an 8K for? My God, how many pages is this? This is a couple hundred pages. When you get documents like this, folks, there's a lot of information you're going to overlook and you're not going to be able to find. And what you're looking for may be here. Don't be afraid to use your search bar. If you're looking for split or dividend or something like that, just put it in your search and heck of a lot easier. So I don't know. I'm blind right now because we don't have a lot of time. I can't go find out what those financials were. But to me, it sounds like they were notable earnings. Well, anything over zero is notable. So I'm kind of curious to what they've got. Maybe Taylorish's little news box on her Weibo. Is that who you use?
No, this is Trading View.
Trading View. Maybe they have something about their financials.
There's a little bit. The headlines about they raised 100 million to support
Right.
delivery plans. It got this. This was the same thing, I think, but the earnings. I mean, this is really. I'm trying to find. There was some quarterly stuff, but I mean, this is cash, so it did have some. But I
Wow,
mean,
I think I'm going to start using TradingView for my.
yeah,
Yeah, I like all that quick information without jumping from page to page. I like this.
balance sheet. Here's some. I mean, you can probably read this better than I can with what's going on here. So yeah, if you go here's like assets versus
Yeah, look
liabilities.
at all the financials. We got all kinds of money there. What the heck is going on?
Yeah, so this is on TradingView. You just click on that financials thing after
So it
their
looked
earnings.
like what
Mhm.
so the last quarter there, quarter four, they did 510 million. That's total assets. Okay.
Mhm.
Is there any revenues? I don't see revenues. So those are assets. So they're not broke. They got money. Of course,
Doesn't
we
have
knew
any.
that. Um,
Yeah,
but they
they
don't.
they have more assets than liabilities.
Good.
So so that's good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying on here. I don't really I usually don't look at a lot of fundamentals,
Go ahead
so
and take a look at that chart. I'm going to see if I can do a search and come up with any numbers here for us.
okay, so here's the daily 4 hour. You were saying something about the $1 mark. That happened back in February. It has not seen a dollar since February.
Okay.
There's that. So after earnings, it just kind of it sold off. It started selling off right before earnings. So it was running up into their earnings report, and then it sold off a little bit. So you can see on the 4 hour, it was coming up here. It was over the 9, and then it started dropping off before earnings. It did have its earnings run up, and then it's just been kind of trailing off. So that's what happened there.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah.
Right. If you go back, it just occurred to me because I forgot what stock we were actually looking at. This was $10 a ways back, wasn't it? This is
Uh,
a SPAC that did a reverse merger with Faraday and it fell. Yeah, that straight
mhm.
line is $10, isn't it?
This is $1. Up here is 20.
Yeah, that straight line though. No, all the way to your left, a straight line.
Oh yeah, it's about 10.
Yeah,
9
that's the
10, I think.
SPAC period. And then
Okay,
when it jumped, that's when they closed the deal because you cannot trade
gotcha,
a SPAC stock until they close a deal. It's only worth $10. So you get a straight line and you can see when
gotcha.
they closed. Yeah, it jumped 20, 100% and then fell 10,000%. No, more than that.
Oh well, yeah, because it's
Yeah,
only down
like a
here
100,000%.
15 cents.
God.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
so honestly, if you have faith in the company, now there's obviously a lot of due diligence that can be done. This was a SPAC, they did a merger. There was a lot of information about Faraday that came out to make that deal happen. They had to broadcast it to all the investors. So if you're familiar with it, if you see their assets are strong, you see they've got plans, this may be one hell of a buying opportunity. Down here, now I'm not saying right now, I'm saying down here down at 15, 10 cents, 12 cents when it was a $10 stock that went to 20.
Mhm.
This was a company already doing something, just getting on the market. It's not a startup company. So you may want to do some more due diligence. That's a ridiculous price for a SPAC that was $10 the day it closed, hit 20, and now is at 15. I'm telling
At
you, these
about 19 or
electric
20
car
cents.
companies are getting beat. Mullen, Faraday. I mean, electric cars are not doing very well right now.
Yep, I think this would be a pretty good buying opportunity around 15 cents.
I think so.
I like it. But I mean, it has been downtrending. It did run up into earnings though. It came down a little bit, but I think when we hit this like loading zone again, we could come back
I
up.
think it was just a big profit, a big run. There were just people that, honestly, folks, the economics of today, people are tight on money. Not as many are trading. They don't have as much money to trade, and they're taking money out for things that they got to pay for. It's a whole different market. It's market sentiment based on the economy right now. I really don't think these companies are in bad shape as it looks. We are the investors. The investors are pulling the market down, not the economy. The investors. That's my opinion. You can argue with me all day, but I'll give you $10 and make you smile. Looks like we've run out of time. We are 5 minutes past. I'm going to bring us both up now and get rid of our screens. Hey, Looking
Hey,
good there, Lily. Yeah, Lily.
Lily. No, Lily.
I did that to my second wife with my first wife's name. Took me a long time to live that one
I
down.
bet.
Long time. And it's a common thing. Come
All
on.
right.
It's really. I see we had a few more stocks we didn't get to. Sand Tribe, you may have arrived late, but yours was the first stock we talked about. So as soon as we end here, you can go watch the recording and see what we did. I even played a little bit of the video that you remember from February of 2021. Stock Guru, thanks for showing up, pal. Sorry you were late. I don't hold it against you. BIXT. BIXT. I had the ticker wrong on that one the other day. I did an interview with them. Great interview on them. Now that it is a low floater, high insider ownership, only 20% in the float. COVID comes back. Looks like there's no one else who could step in with therapy. I'm excited about that. Forget the drugs, right? Let's just defend ourselves against it. Forget about fixing it after it hits and all that other stuff. Nick Link, I knew that name, the CEO of Vilas. Oh, bloody heck, I knew it was familiar. Yes, I like Nick Link. Hey guys, still feeling bullish on BGXX. BGXX. Isn't that the company that got the first federal legalization for cannabis? Yeah, I'm still feeling bullish. Somebody pointed out it's not as good as I think it is. Well, maybe it isn't, but it's something nobody else has. And there are advantages in place nobody else gets, like exporting out of the country. That's a whole market this company's got for cannabis, and no other company in America gets. None. So, yeah, I'm still bullish on them. I know it fell. I feel bad about that. SPAC 250 million for ENZ. SPAC 250 million. Oh, thank you. That's the missing ingredient. You got to dive around sometimes. Obviously, ENZC is planning on doing a SPAC kick up to the NASDAQ so that the share count isn't going to be a consideration. They won't have to do any reverse splits to get up there now. They'll get a big pile of money when they get there. That's what SPACs are for. They give money to the companies that come in there, and then they use it to expand their business. So I'll have to look into that one. FCGD, escaping me right now. Sorry we couldn't get to it, Keo. Keo had a couple of them there. And Go Dog, AVOI. Tio is on fire again. Yeah, Tio. And TMNA, remember, they are actually 75% owners of Tio. Most people don't know that. So Tio runs, watch for a backup run on TMNA. Whew, that was the quickest coverage I've ever done right
That was
there.
great.
Thank you, folks, for coming. We appreciate it. Lily might be back next week. She said if she's having a good time on her vacation, she might extend it. What do
Yeah.
you think? What do you think? So,
She came
very
back.
good
She's
chance
done with
Taylor
her
could
cruise.
be with us next week.
Yeah, if
And
she can't,
maybe,
then I'll be here.
no promises. If Lily isn't here, maybe we'll get a guest appearance from Taylorish. I'm
Maybe.
just saying. Just saying. Thank you, folks. We'll be here next week, same time, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. See you then.